Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you for clicking on my video, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. I don't know how to talk today, sorry. But if you are new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and come back every Sunday for a brand new story time. So today, along with my story time, I'm gonna be doing like a get ready with me, kind of like my makeup routine. But keep in mind, please, that I am not that great at makeup. I mean, I know how to do it a little bit, but it works for me. It works for me. What works for me might not work for you, but I like my makeup the way it is. Whatever, it's not like everybody else is on YouTube. I don't do like the whole cut crease, or I don't know how to do all that. I wish I did. I'm working on it, but whatever. As you can see, I've already done my eyebrows because nobody really has time to sit here and watch me do my eyebrows for 20 minutes because it takes me forever to get them perfect. So today I'm kind of sitting on the floor on some pillow. Y'all don't really care. Y'all don't care. But that's why you can see a little bit of the wall. So I'll list all of the products that I'm going to be using down below if y'all really care. If not, it's cool. It's not really, well, it's pretty good stuff. So I'm not capping it. It's okay. Some of it's okay. But anyway, sorry if my audio is kind of bad because my son is asleep in his room next door and I don't want to be too loud and wake him up. I'll try to fix it, but if not, sorry. So today I'm going to be telling the story on the worst roommate I've ever had in my life. And I promise y'all, when y'all hear this story, y'all are gonna think that I was so stupid. And I was so stupid. Like, I was so dumb because I just continued to let stuff happen. And I really don't have no one to blame but myself because I shouldn't have let it go on as long as it did. So this is the story on the worst roommate in the entire world. So like I said in my previous videos, I used to live in Tennessee, and this took place when I was living in Tennessee. And first I'm going to start with my eyes because I don't want to do my foundation before my eyes because then I'm going to get eyeshadow everywhere and I don't want to. Anyway, this happened when I was living in Tennessee. So I kind of got my story times lined up to where it's all going, like all of my stories are going to pretty much line up. And you'll understand pretty much who the people are in my life at that time and how they play a role. I'm trying to figure out what colors I want to use in my palette. Sorry, I probably should have figured this out before the video. Anyway, this happened when I was living in Tennessee. This was after I got out of the army, and like probably in like early 2017. So my friend had called me, and he lived in Virginia. So he had called me and he was in trouble at the time. He basically told me that he needed someplace to stay for a little while. And me being the nice person that I am, I told him he could come and stay with me. Well, then there was a small dilemma on how he was going to get down there, because apparently he didn't have the money for a bus ticket or anything like that. Mind you, I'm from Virginia, so I basically came up here and got him. Like, I told him I would just come see my family and I would come up here and he could ride back with me. So that's what happened. So we drive back. Mind you, the whole time we're making these plans, he's telling me, like, yeah, this is gonna be the best road trip. Like, I'm gonna stay up with you. We gonna vibe. We gonna be listening to music. You know, just riding, looking at the scenery. So I'm like, cool, this is gonna be a dope road trip. Like, because I've never really taken a road trip with another friend of mine. Mind you, I'm gonna clean all this up. I told y'all I was not good at makeup, so we're not doing it. We're not gonna roast me in the comments. That's not gonna happen, because I'm gonna clean all of it up. It's gonna look nice, I promise. Just wait. So we get in the car, bro. You know, we got an hour down the road and he fell asleep. Was asleep. Woke up 2 hours later, ate a taco from Taco Bell, and fell back asleep for like 6 more hours. So I was up by myself, driving, listening to music like usual. So I had like a small attitude, but I didn't say nothing. I let it go, because this was the first, we weren't even there yet. I was not trying to have an attitude. So meanwhile, like 8 hours later, 8 to 9 hours later, we finally get there, and we pull up in the yard, and I wake him up. I'm like, hey, we're here. So he goes inside, and y'all, tell me why this man goes inside, lays down on my couch, and falls back asleep again. Falls asleep on my couch. Like, don't make it nowhere but the couch, bro. So now I started getting like a little bit of an attitude, because it's like, you still have all of your stuff in my car, and you've been asleep the whole way here, and you don't even have the decency to just stay up when we get back. And like, I don't know, like, it was just weird. It was weird to me. Like, why are you still asleep? You know what I mean? Like, this your first day here, why are you still asleep? But anyway, time go by, and little stuff happened that annoy me, but I don't really let anything get to me. So like okay, so I'm gonna back up real quick. I had 2 cars at the time. Like, I had 2 different vehicles, and he came there with none. So again, me being stupid, you can call me dummy, got it written on my forehead, but I let him drive one of my cars.
Oh, you are so dumb.
So
you are really dumb, for real.
I just sound so dumb. Like, I'm just sitting here thinking about all this stuff, and I just sound so stupid. But anyway, I let this man drive one of the cars. So we kind of just doing our own thing. Really, he don't know nobody but me, so he just driving up and down the road and going to the store and whatnot. So I'm still going to my usual places, seeing all my friends, doing my usual thing. I'm not gonna stop doing my usual thing just because you here. Like, of course I invited him places, but not like all the time. Like, I still wanted to do my own thing. Like, you're not my only friend, and you're not coming around with me everywhere. Like, I don't know what to tell you. So anyway, we the whole intention of him coming down there was to pretty much like start over, like pretty much get his life together, like find a good job, and then in a couple months he was gonna get his own place down there, and that was gonna be that. Like that was it. Like all he needed was a couple months. And I was like, all right, cool. Well, we worked out something for like bill arrangements or whatever. He was supposed to pay a certain amount once he started getting a job. So a couple weeks go by, and he kept talking about like, oh yeah, I got this job interview. I got this job interview at this place. Just like really good jobs that you knew he didn't have the qualifications for. Like you just knew nah. This like a toddler trying to be a doctor. Like this not adding up. Like, so he was just getting like all these good job interviews, like, and I was going along with it. I was like, okay, like whatever, what I'm supposed to say, like it's none of my business. Like if you get a job, you get a job. Like, you paying bills, I don't care. So apparently he go to like job interview. He would always like wake up and get like real dressed up and go to job interviews. But he never got a job. He never got a job. But except one time. He got a job one time. And I'm going to attempt eyeliner. I'm not that good at it. So I said attempt. And that's what we're going to do. Anyway. We're not going to be using that one. So he never really got a job. So like a couple months go by or whatever, and mind you, I'm not really saying anything because I guess I just wanted to help him out. Like I knew he was in a tough spot, so I figured I should just help him out, be a good friend or whatever. But I should have never done that. Like no. And I don't feel like I'm gonna do this eyeliner because I don't look like I'm gonna mess up. I will never do eyeliner. It's not a good idea for me. So anyway, months go by and this man still like never has a job, but somehow he keeps still having money. Like he keeps still having money to do things. Like he's still going to the store and buying like the occasional drinks or snacks or whatever. And he would never clean up behind himself, like ever. Like never. He never. Like, you guys, it was so bad. So bad. I wish I had something to show y'all, because it was so bad. So anyway, I know I'm jumping around a lot and it might not make a lot of sense, but it'll make sense in the end. I promise. I'm just trying to make sure I get all the points in there, and I didn't really think this one through before I really started this video. I'm kind of winging it. Anyway, like I said, he never really had a job. Months go by, he still had money to buy things. He was still coming up with the money to do things. He always wanted to go to Nashville. He always wanted me to spend my money and do things, like all the time. Like, and I wasn't understanding, like, where are you getting this money from? You don't have a job. Like, who are you getting all this money from? And this was around the same time I was working at Hooters. I don't know if I already said that. I'll figure it out in the editing. So this was the same time I was working at Hooters. So I was still getting like cash tips every night, bringing them home. And I wasn't really safe about my money back then because I am very trusting in people. And I always feel like people try to do the right thing, which I don't know why I'm like that. because 9 times out of 10 people will screw you over faster than anything. Like, don't nobody care about nothing but themselves, and I'm coming to learn that. But anyway, we were in Nashville. Like, we would always go to Nashville. He would always want to go to Nashville and go to the clubs and go party, go ride around, go see different things. And I was down for it because I didn't really have nothing to do. Like, I wanted to go and see stuff too, or go out to clubs, and I always had the money to do so, so I would. But while we were out, like, he would always, I don't know, he would always be like, oh, can you get me this? Or, oh, I left my money at the house, can you pay for this and I'll pay you back when we get back home? Or something like that. And then I would never see that money again. Like, when I tell you, he really got me out of so much money. When I come to think about it, he was a really good scammer, and whoever he mooching off of now, I feel so bad for them. But anyway, he we would always go out, and we went to the clubs a couple times or whatever. But most of the time I had gotten to where we would just sit home and watch movies, drink, or do whatever at home. Because I was tired of going out and spending money every time we went out. Because it was getting to that point where I always had to spend my money on him, on like everything. And I was really tired of it. So I ended up just like leaving when he was asleep or something, just like being real sneaky about like where I'm going or what I'm doing. I feel like my foundation look funny in this light, but whatever, it's gonna get better. Like I said, it'll get better, I promise. Just hang in there. So I would start like sneaking out or whatever, and I don't know why, I don't really like confrontation. Like, I don't like, if I can avoid something, I will. Like, I'm not gonna be trying to argue with somebody. That's just not me. That's not, I mean, I guess I will if I have to, but I don't really want to, you know what I mean? Like, I never want to argue with somebody. So I just, oh well, it looked pretty good anyway. But I never really want to argue with somebody. I'm just not really the confrontational type. So I would just like kind of leave the house when he was asleep or something like that, and just not like, just, I don't know, just avoid him altogether. And of course he would always be like blowing me up, like, oh, where you at, why you leave, you left me here, I don't have no friends down here, I don't have nothing to do, like, you should come back and get me. And I was just never really going for it because I already knew what it was. Like, I already knew I would have to like buy everything. Like, you were already driving my car around, and then you expected me to keep gassing it every time. Like, you weren't even paying for the gas anymore. So I didn't even give him a name. Oh well, we're just gonna call him because he's really the only person that I'm talking about in this. There's going to be more stories about him to come. There were so many stories about this man, like so much stuff that he did to me. I just want to give y'all the runaround real quick, then y'all can see all the stories that are to come. So pretty much he lived with me for probably about 4 months before he actually ended up getting a job. And this was a job at a construction company. This was after his other friend, this is a whole nother story for a whole nother time, so I might lose y'all on this, but bear with me. This is when his other friend came down there to stay with us. his other friend called and was going through some stuff, needed somewhere to stay. Like y'all said, like I told y'all, I'm a good-hearted person and I like to help people out any way that I can. So I said yes to that friend coming, and now me and that friend have been together for almost 4 years. We have 2 beautiful baby boys together, and I intend on marrying this man one day. Anyway, like I said, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. But I kind of just gave y'all the whole story right there. Anyway, after he moved down there, and we'll just go ahead and call him Dom because I know he does not care if I use his name because he is right downstairs in the living room. He do not care. Anyway, Dom moved down there, and that's when he finally decided he wanted to get a job. For whatever reason, I guess to somehow consider himself the alpha male of the house, even though him and Dom had the same job. They both worked at the same place. So when they got like their first paycheck, mind you, Dom had only been there for like a month at this time, maybe. We are gonna give him a name. So his name is going to be I'm trying to get inspiration. We just gonna name him Brush. I don't know, there's a bunch of makeup brushes in front of me, so we're just gonna name him Brush. So I'm gonna have to cut that part out where I actually said his name. So Brush had been living with me for going on 5 months now. They got their first paycheck, and Dom gave me money for the bills. The very first month he was there, the very first month, he gave me money for the bills. And he gave me enough to cover his amount of the bills. Like, he wasn't short. He had enough to pay what he owed for staying there. So Brush got his first paycheck at the same time. And Brush gave me $90, y'all. $90. Let me repeat that. $90. 90. So I was confused at this point. Mind you, this man has done found a girlfriend now. She done been coming over to the house. He doing his little capping thing for her, talking about, yeah, this is my house. No, stop it, because it's not. So he would always do that. He's the biggest capper I've ever seen in my life. Like, I swear, if you know him, you know him. Like, you know I'm telling the truth. So he gave me $90. Yeah. And a little while after that, me and Dom had started doing a bunch of stuff together. Like, I would go out with Dom all the time. Like, this is when we first started, like, really talking, or like really feeling each other for real. So we would go out all the time. Like, I'm talking like 3 a.m. we would be at Waffle House on a Monday. Like, we had nothing better to do. We did not care. And of course Brush started feeling some type of way. He felt left out. He felt like, oh, my best friend doesn't do anything with me anymore. Ever since Dom got here, You just all over the place with him. And I'm like, duh, because I actually like him. Like, you just sitting here using me. Like, you're not doing nothing for me. So he get all in his little mood or whatever, and he real quiet. Like, he stopped messing with me for real. Like, he didn't really talk to me. Like, you could just feel the tension in the house. It was crazy. But mind you, this whole time, he's still driving my car. You still staying in my house. You still not paying no bills. Like, you still doing nothing for me. But you have an attitude. Make it make sense, please. Because I don't get it. So, this man, probably about like another month go by or whatever. And he sorry, I'm putting this little sparkle in the crease of my eye because I think it's cute. I don't know, I like it. But so months go by, he's still there, me and Dom are dating, we're pretty much going everywhere together, until he loses his little attitude and decides he's actually going to put forth effort and try to communicate or be friends or whatever you want to call it. Like, just not have the tension in the house anymore. So now we're working towards that, and we're back communicating a little bit, talking. He joins me and Dom pretty much going everywhere that we're going. And we're just all like hanging out together, you know, like it used to be. It was back cool. So the car that I was driving was it was starting to get like the brakes were really bad. I think I told y'all in one of my other videos that I had hit a deer on the way back from Virginia, so my headlight was busted. I was always getting pulled over. My license was suspended. Like, it was just, there was so much, and I couldn't keep driving that car. Like, I kept getting pulled over. Sorry, y'all can only see like half of my face right now. I'm just trying to get underneath my eye. So, like, I could not keep driving that car. Like, it was just, so I told him, I was like, straight up with him, I was like, I need my car keys back because I can't keep driving this car. The brakes are really bad. Like, I just don't feel safe in it. So I need my car keys back and I want to start driving my car. And then, y'all, why he get an attitude with me over my car? You're not paying for nothing on this car. Why do you have an attitude about giving me my keys for my car? Like, who are you? It makes me so mad now because I wish I would have said something back then. Like, I wish I was confrontational back then, because I promise y'all, I would never let somebody do me like this now. No, I wish somebody would. But anyway, he caught an attitude because I wanted my car keys. And I won't having it. I did not care. And this is when all the funny shit started happening, which will all be in different story times, because I really want to break this up into different stories, because there was so much messiness going on, y'all would not believe. So a whole bunch of funny stuff was going on. Money of mine started coming up missing. Mind y'all, I wasn't keeping it. Like, I would keep it like in my bag, like underneath my bed or something, and like I would sleep like all the time, like during the day, because I was tired. Like, I be sleep. I love my sleep. Like, I still love my sleep, but I got kids now. I can't sleep like I used to sleep. I wish I could. That would be great, but I can't. So I would be asleep all the time. And when I woke up, I would notice like some of my money's missing. But like I never really thought like nobody was doing me like that, because you living in my house. Like ain't no way, like I must just be counting my money wrong or something, because ain't no way. So probably like a couple weeks go by and money just keep coming up missing, and I'm just not understanding, because it's like I'm normally good with keeping up with my money. Like I know how much I make. I know, like I might not be safe about where I keep my money, but I'm good with like knowing how much I have. Like everybody know how much money they have. So I started getting slick with it, and I would just start like keeping my money in the weirdest places, or like keeping a certain amount in one spot. I think I put too much highlighter right there, but who really cares? We're doing this for fun, because I'm really just gonna wipe this off. Anyway, so money just started coming up missing. I never really said nothing. I just let it all play out. Like when I tell y'all I was so stupid, I was so stupid. Until one day. One fateful day, y'all. One day this man tried me. He had already pissed me off because he had taken my car keys. And he drove my car somewhere. He had my car all day. And he was just driving around with his friends and his girlfriend in my car. And like I had places to be. I had stuff to do. I did not have time for him to just be joyriding in my car. Like that was no, like, so I already had an attitude. And then he gets to the house and him and his girlfriend go in there, and me and Dom in my bedroom talking about it or whatever. And him and his girlfriend go in there, and I just hear him like capping, talking about, I don't know why she tripping like this. She told me I could take the car. I be paying all the bills here anyway. Da, da, da. Bro, when I tell y'all, I went off. Like I really tried to fight this man. Like on everything, I really tried to fight him. Like I tried to fight a grown man. Because why are you sitting here capping right now to everybody? Like you sitting here, you really trying to make me look like I'm the bad person, and I'm not. Like I'm taking care of mine. I'm doing what I gotta do, and you sitting here living off of me. You a grown man and you living off of me. Like what do you look like? Oh, sorry, I'm getting so hype. And I'm getting so hyped trying to tell this story, because it still makes me mad. And I know I'm probably all over the place. I don't really know if y'all gonna understand this story. If y'all don't, leave me a comment down below. I will gladly try to rearrange this story and put it in a better timeline for y'all, so it all adds up better. But me and him, like I really started trying to fight him. Like I was throwing punches at him. Dom was grabbing me, pulling me, throwing me back in the bedroom, yelling stop, stop. His girlfriend was coming in there. What did he do? What did he do? What is going on? And I'm just going off. So I just got mad. I took my keys. I kicked everybody out my fucking car. I'm gonna beat that out. I kicked everybody out of my car, and I took my car and I drove off. I forget where I went, what I did, but eventually I cooled down and I came back home, and me and Dom went to sleep. Well, a couple days later, or probably, actually I'm not even gonna say a couple days. This was probably honestly like a couple months later, because this was over the course of like 10 months. So a couple months later, I'm in my room, I'm asleep. We had talked about things. We were okay again. Like I said, I'm a forgiving person. Forgiven, stupid, same thing. Anyway, I was in my room with Dom. We were asleep. I was sleeping good too, I remember. I was sleeping so good. And all of a sudden, we just hear boom. This man busts through my door. His lip is bleeding. He holding his ribs. He breathing heavy. And he looked silly in the face, bro. And he looked at me. He said, I wrecked a car. I wrecked a car. I'm like, mind you, I'm just waking up. So I'm like, what? What? Like, stop playing. Like, he used to always play and park the car on the side of the house and be like, somebody stole the car. Huh? Like, trying to play. But he, like, so I'm just dazed and confused. I'm like, what? Like, you what? Bro, this man really did wreck my car. His lip was bleeding. He was holding onto his ribs. And he left my car where he wrecked it. This is the part where it really get crazy. Y'all think it's crazy now. This is where it really get crazy. Y'all, he left my car where he wrecked it. And y'all will never guess where he wrecked it. He drove my car into someone's living room. I walked almost 2 blocks to find my car. And my car was sitting in the living room of this house. Luckily, no one lived in it, but it was sitting in the living room of this house. When I tell you, this man was going so fast, he knocked the foundation loose. Like the whole foundation of the house, it moved. The whole bottom of the house, it moved. I was so, bro, I think that was about it for me. That is when I was truly and utterly done. I cried. Dom was with me and I cried. And can you believe this man ran 2 blocks back to the house to tell me that he can't get in trouble for it. He can't go down for this. What? What do you think is about to happen? It's not my fault that you were driving without a license, brush. It's not my fault that you are like 20 something and you don't have a license, brush. It's not my fault you've had 3 DUIs and you not even 21 yet, brush. That was before he turned 21. But still, that's not my problem. No, sir. No, I'm not. I am not taking, no. I didn't do this. I am not taking the fall for this. So the cops get there like literally right when I'm walking up. So they walk up to me and they're like, is this your car? Y'all, looking back on it, it's kind of funny now, but it was not funny in the moment. I looked at him, I said, yes sir, this is my car. Dom looked at me. Me and him just looked at each other. We just kind of looked at each other. And the cop asked me what happened. And that's when we just kind of looked at each other. And he knew I was about to tell the cop, like, nah, this not. I didn't do this. He over there gave him the full address. Sure did. Nope. I snitched. I don't care. But he should have never, ever taken my keys while I was asleep. Who does that? Like, who says, oh, who says, oh, let me go take these car keys while she sleep just so I can go to the store and do whatever. Do whatever. Because it doesn't matter what you were going to do. You ran my car into someone's house. That's not okay. So, anyway. Yeah. Worst roommate I've ever had. He ended up like playing the little fate, oh, I'm hurt card and going to the hospital, and the cop ended up telling me that he cried in the hospital saying how he couldn't go to jail, he won't made for jail, just doing the most to not get locked up. It was actually pretty sad. Anyway, this is my final look. I'm pulling some of my hairs down just so my bun don't look too neat, I guess. I don't like it looking neat. Anyway, this is the final look. I like it. I think it looks good on my face. Whatever. Pretty much the moral of the story is don't trust people. Don't. Like, never think that somebody's actually your friend because they're really not. And I have so many stories. Like, I'm going to elaborate so much more on this particular roommate and the stuff that we went through, like the stuff that he did. Like, it was just, bro, it's mind-blowing for real. And if y'all want another story time about him, let me know down below, or let me know what kind of story or what kind of content you like, what kind you want me to do next. If you like the whole get ready with me thing, I thought it was pretty cool because I killed 2 birds in 1 stone. Anyway, yeah, just let me know what y'all think about the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and just let me know what y'all think. I'll see y'all next Sunday. Thanks.